So you thought Gemini was just a fun, flirty, party zodiac sign, right? Wrong. This is about the dark side of zodiac sign Gemini. Because I'm a therapist by trade, I need you to understand that everything goes back to its roots. Mom and your dad and the circumstances around how they made you affects how they raised you, how they saw you, and everything about your personality stems from there. The star that we now know as Gemini was born in the midst of mess and deception and drama. Imagine if your mother and father were married, presumably happily married, and they were trying to have you. They successfully get pregnant. One day, while your mother is at the riverbanks, another man comes along. He seduces her. Then she ends up getting pregnant with his seed as well. You and your brother are now twins from different fathers. To make matters worse, because the man that seduced your mother, who was very much so married to your father, is somebody that never dies. He has more power than your father. So in Greek mythology, Gemini actually means sons of Zeus, the god of all gods. He didn't just get his seed inside of your mother while your father had his seed in there. He literally claimed both of you as his, even though the other boy that was born from your father is mortal. But then the boy that was born from the seed of Zeus is immortal. So Gemini is a twin where one died later on and one lives forever. The one that lives forever asked for the one who died to be put in the sky. Hence the two ones standing together, creating the star of Gemini. It's giving Maury, okay? It's giving you are not the father. It's giving deception. It's giving trickery. Do you remember that Dave Chappelle episode that he had during the Chappelle show when there was a little black boy who was blind, who was adopted by a KKK family, and that family raised him to believe that he was white, and he spent his whole life thinking that he was white? That's literally the story of Gemini. Here are some traits that are often associated with Gemini. Moody, flighty, childish, craves attention, superficial, not trustworthy, unreliable, anxious, rebellious, multiple personalities, manipulative, materialistic, impatient, emotionally guarded, easily distracted, sarcastic, indecisive, although restless, inconsistent, selfish, gossipy, master manipulator, and of course, extremely nosy. Given the origin story of how the star of Gemini was conceived, you can easily see that Gemini was born into a conflicting and crazy world where nothing makes sense. So humor is the way that Gemini deals with the chaos in their inner world, because there's never truly any peace within when you're a Gemini. Twins, although they loved each other, they fought a lot and they were very good fighters. One of them was very sensitive. This is where the disarming personality part of Gemini comes in. Given the origin story of how the star of Gemini was conceived, you can easily see that Gemini was born into a conflicting and crazy world where nothing makes sense. So humor is the way that Gemini deals with the chaos in their inner world, because there's never truly any peace within when you're a Gemini. The twin boys, one was really good at being an archer, which means very good with horses, and the other one was very good at boxing. So they were good at beating the competition, but they were also good at going at each other. Unlike Libra, who exemplifies duality, for Gemini, it's not just about duality. It is about the conflicting nature of the human experience. All Geminis are here to explore their inconsistencies. They're here to explore parts of themselves that naturally clash. And if we're being honest, all of us have parts of ourselves that clash. And Gemini is just here to highlight that so that we can learn that everyone is a hypocrite. Yes, Gemini does tell tall tales, but everybody lies. The duality of Gemini is what makes them so fascinating. They're capable of lightheartedness beyond belief, even in the darkest hour. These are the only people in the world that can make you laugh. But they can also be very dark and psychopathic in nature. Oftentimes, they can exhibit these extreme positions at the same time. And that's the part of Gemini that many of us find unnerving. This duality is both their greatest asset and their darkest secret. They have a very, very rich inner world filled with complexities and contradictions and tension. The star that is Gemini came to Earth to encourage all of us to explore our own contradictions, our own hypocrisy, our own double standards. Geminis are often outgoing, fun, and adaptable because they know you have to be to survive in this world. You can't stay attached to the past and also want to manifest a new future. They have a reputation for being social, quick-witted, curious, with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. While they may be excellent at telling tall tales, they're also excellent at figuring out the truth. Geminis are excellent communicators who love to engage in deep conversations. They know a lot about a lot of different topics. This intellectual curiosity combined with their sociability makes Gemini a very fun personality to be around. Very humorous, delightful, unpredictable. The irony of being called the sons of Zeus when Gemini clearly has two separate fathers, one mortal and one immortal, makes the soul of Gemini naturally very sarcastic, as they're born in the midst of irony. Alanis Morissette, who's a Gemini, also has a song called Irony, I believe. Isn't it ironic? That's the catch part of the song. That is the energy of Gemini. Life is ironic. If you don't know how to laugh, you're not enjoying it enough. Sometimes it's inappropriate, but most times it's very healing to laugh in the face of calamity. By acknowledging their dual nature, Geminis can learn to love themselves deeply. They can learn to appreciate the full spectrum of their intellectual abilities without necessarily feeling shame and guilt about the sometimes conflicting nature of who they are. They're here to go further than just the physical aesthetics and deep into their soul and develop some sort of ethics, of code of conduct that help govern how they utilize their intelligence as they make their way through the world. The juxtaposition of their conflicting nature came to teach us that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay if you don't believe what other people believe. It's okay to make decisions for your life that are only good for you. It's okay to be an individual. It's okay for people to not like you, to not receive you well, to not understand you. It's okay to be you. Freeing yourself from intellectual bondage is one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself on your healing journey. Gemini embodies this energy to the maximum. Do you know a Gemini? What is your most favorite thing about this zodiac sign? Leave your comments in the box below. Thanks for watching. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.